It's another edition of Entertainment Insider with Country 600 CKT's morning man, Adam Conton. Adam, thanks again for joining me on the Entertainment Insider. Loved your insight on Suicide Squad last week, and now this week we're going to go back with a classic, Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? It's Raiders of the Lost Ark. Why is this movie so iconic that we're still talking about it years after its release?
Well, I can definitely tell you after rewatching it again last night, so many reasons why this movie is beloved, not just by our generation, but our parents' generation, and probably the generation to come after us as well. Great characters, it's shot beautifully, the action is undescribable, and actually one thing I think I learned from the movie is that they emphasize the less is more approach, which is kind of an odd thing to say about a, sweeping epic like an Indiana Jones movie. But really, when you break it down, it's such a simple story and they use simple movements, but it really makes the film work.
Is there any more iconic opening image to any other character in cinematic history?
Absolutely not. And that's kind of the funny thing. If you grow up in a generation where you didn't get to experience these movies as they've happened, it's almost like getting a chance to watch them before they're released, because these scenes, especially that opening scene in Raiders, has been inundated in pop culture for so long that everyone from Weird Al Yankovic with UHF to The Simpsons have referenced this movie time and time and time again. And it's really not hard to see why after rewatching it. There's two things that make this movie really special and iconic as far as I'm concerned. The first, simple storytelling. You know who Indiana Jones is, you know what he's after, and you know why he's going after it. And they don't muddle it with a lot of backstory or needless plot points. The second thing that makes this movie great is compelling characters. Indiana Jones is one of the most iconic characters in cinema history, and there's a good reason why. He's courageous, he's funny, he's kind of like the guy that you want to be, and if you're a lady, maybe the kind of guy you want to date. And speaking of ladies, one of the things that I'd forgotten about this movie was how incredible the character of Marion Ravenwood is. Thinking today about how much emphasis there is on having strong female characters and role models, it's kind of amazing that back in 1981, there was a character that was also brave and strong and smart and intelligent. A lot of films could really look at that character as a template for how to make a really great female character.
For a movie that came out in the 80s, some of these action scenes, they still hold up with scenes of today.
Actually, I would even say that it not only does it hold up, but I think they might even have done it better back in the day. As a guy who goes to the movies a lot, I see a lot of different action scenes, and of course, CG is the rule of the day. Now, I got nothing against CG. It's a great tool. But when you go back and you watch something like Raiders of the Lost Ark, you realize how impressive not only the special effects were back in the day, but the stunt work is absolutely breathtaking.
It's one of the greatest adventure movies of all time, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You can catch it at Galaxy Cinemas this Wednesday. Adam, thanks so much for joining me for another edition of Entertainment Insider.
It's been an adventure.